how to turn any Epson EcoTank printer into a sublimation printer. If that's what you were looking to do, then stay tuned. You won't want to miss this video. Hey, what is going on? The printer guy here. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to convert an Epson EcoTank printer into a sublimation printer. Now, this is going to primarily apply to 4-color Epson EcoTank printers. Those are the most common Epson EcoTank printers out there. In this video, I'm going to be using the Epson EcoTank 4800, but you can use really between the 2400 all the way up to the 15,000 model, and those are all 4-color Epson EcoTank printers that are compatible with this method. Now, other Epson EcoTank printers that go beyond 4 colors, which are your more specialized photo printers that have 6 colors, like the Epson EcoTank 8550 and the Epson EcoTank 16500, those are more dedicated printers to photo printing, and they're pigmented based. And so those printers are going to be excluded from this process because those are a little bit more complex to deal with, and the ink system is a little bit different. Although you can still convert those into sublimation printers. Now, on the bright side, most 4-color Epson EcoTank printers are on the budget side. They're a lot less expensive than those higher end models. That may end up working out better for you anyways. All right, so very simple. What you'll need to convert a new Epson EcoTank printer into a sublimation printer is simply install Sublimation Ink. Here at Best Printers, we sell 4-color Sublimation Ink. And here you have your 4 colors: black, yellow, magenta, and cyan. And that is what you will have included in the package. Of course, you need your Epson EcoTank printer. And here with me, I have an Epson EcoTank 4800 that I'm going to be doing this process with. And it's a pretty simplified process. You are setting up the Epson EcoTank 4800, and then you are, instead of installing Epson ink bottles, you're installing sublimation ink bottles that you would buy from a third party like Best Printers. Now, I'll get to that later on in the video. But if this video ends up being helpful, please make sure to like the video. Any questions at all, comment below. And if you want more content like this, please make sure to subscribe. Now, what you'll be learning in this video is how to turn your Epson EcoTank printer into a sublimation printer, and to the point where you're able to actually start printing off sublimation designs. So in this quick tutorial, I'm going to show you all the steps you need to take in order to get to that point. This is a pretty simple process. There will be video chapters down below this video so that you can skip to different parts of the video, easily be able to rewatch a certain part of the video. And so you do want to follow chronologically with all these steps leading up until the end of the video. Now, I would also recommend having a design prepared to print, and I'll show you a little bit of what you need to do at the end of this video to actually print on sublimation paper once you have your printer set up and begin your sublimation journey with this new Epson EcoTank printer. Now, if you currently have an Epson EcoTank printer that already has regular ink installed, this video is not really going to apply. You'll want to watch a different video where I actually show you how to convert your current Epson EcoTank printer with regular ink into a sublimation printer. But if you have a brand new Epson EcoTank printer, or you're looking to get a brand new Epson EcoTank printer right out of the box, then that's perfect. You're right where you need to be, and it's going to be a very simplified process throughout the rest of this video. Okay, so you have all your supplies: sublimation ink, Epson EcoTank printer, sublimation paper, maybe some regular paper as well on hand. You'll also want to get a USB cable with an A to B connection, so one end will actually connect directly to the printer. I'll show you how to do that. This USB part of the cable will actually connect into your computer. I highly recommend using a Mac or PC computer to do sublimation printing. It's going to simplify things. Now, you can do some wireless printing as well, but really when you're setting up initially, a USB cable is going to be really advantageous. All right, so we are taking our Epson printer out of the box. You are unpacking it, take out all of the plastic, take off all of the blue tape, and you are now plugging in your Epson EcoTank printer. We're moving along quickly because this is a quick setup guide. You want to get started quickly with your sublimation printing. Very important that you remember the ink that comes in the box with your new Epson EcoTank printer. You will want to set that aside and store it, because you can convert your printer back into a regular ink printer. So just store that or discard it, really up to you, and you can turn on the printer. Now, there is a step-by-step process on the Epson Smart Panel app that shows you how to actually install the ink bottles. But at this point, you are taking your sublimation ink bottles. These ink bottles from Best Printers actually specifically are made so that you can autofill, which means that all you have to do is install it. So you want to make sure that you are matching up the right tank color with the ink bottle color. So black, for example, you're going to match that up. You'll pull that blue tab up, and then you can begin filling with that bottle. So you turn it upside down, you place it right over that ink nozzle, which will take in the ink, and you will allow that ink to flow into the ink tank. Now you can take a look at the ink tanks and see the progress of how much ink is filled. Now, if you still have some ink left in the bottle when you are filling the ink tanks, all you would have to do is just store that ink, and later on in the process, once the printer initializes, it will use up some of this ink, so you can then later on come back and top off the ink tanks. So you're doing the same thing with each color: black, yellow, magenta, and cyan. You're filling the ink tanks all the way to that top line, and once you've done that, you're going to then select that you have installed the ink either on the screen or on the app that you're using to set up the printer, and there will be an initialization process. This may take 10 to 15 minutes depending on the Epson EcoTank model that you have, and so you're going to allow that time for the ink to kind of process into the system. Once that process is over, you can move on with setting up Wi-Fi, setting up the printer. There's really just a lot of prompting that you'll see on the Epson Smart Panel app, which I highly recommend for you to use to set up initially. Later on, you can add a driver to your PC or Mac computer to use your Epson EcoTank on your computer, but to set up, it's really easy when you use the Epson Smart Panel app. And all you would do is scan a QR code in the beginning when you're setting up. All right, so once you go through the process and you have fully set up your printer, Wi-Fi is set up, everything is calibrated, you've set up, you've gone through all the promptings to set all the promptings that the printer has given you and the Epson Smart Panel has given you. And so you're basically just setting up the printer as you would any other printer. The only difference here is we installed Sublimation Ink instead of the Epson ink bottles. Now, this is a really easy way to convert a regular Epson EcoTank printer into a sublimation printer. Now, you do have to know that this will void the warranty if you use Sublimation Ink. So you can really decide if you'd like to do this. You can also at this time now actually plug in one end of your USB cable into your printer and the other end into your computer. Now, if you have a Mac, you may need an extension for a USB. Most PC window computers have a USB port available for you to plug into. Now, before you start printing, it's important that you test out the print quality of your printer. So all you need to do is go to settings, go into maintenance, and print off a nozzle report, and this will print off a page. Now, for this print, you can use regular paper or you can use sublimation paper. It's really up to you. Now, your nozzle report should look just like the one you see here on screen. All the colors are coming out just like they should, and there's no breakage in the lines, there's no missing lines. If you have any of that going on, then you'll want to do a print head cleaning, and at the most you'll do a power cleaning, but you really would want to save that for if you're really having an issue, and we'll really talk more about that when we talk about maintenance later in this video. Now, sometimes the ink needs to go through additional initialization processes for 24 to 48 hours, so maybe waiting some time for the print quality to improve is really the best way to go. All right, so now we are getting closer to the point where we can actually begin printing on sublimation paper our designs and start our sublimation process. Now, if you don't already have the driver for the Epson EcoTank printer that you are trying to install onto your PC or Mac, you simply go to Epson's website, you type in your specific model, and it will give you the driver options for your specific computer and the operating system that you're using, the updated version of it. Now, me personally, I do print wirelessly, so this USB option is really optional because when I am printing my sublimation designs, I do print wirelessly from a Mac computer to my Epson EcoTank. I have a 2400. In this case, it would be to the 4800. So you do have that capability. You don't have to be directly connected, although it is advantageous. Alright, so your printer is now fully set up, everything is connected. You are now ready to print off your first sublimation design. Now, any design that you have handy, you can now go to print, and you will want to pay attention to the settings. If you're using Mac, it's different. If you're using PC, it's different, but basically the image needs to be flipped. Whatever the standard direction is for that image, unless it's already flipped for sublimation printing, you'll want to flip it. The way these designs print out and the way that you need to apply the image, it needs to be flipped. It might look a little awkward forward when it's actually printed out, but when you are actually applying it, applying heat to whatever media, t-shirt, mug, or whatever it is, it's going to be facing the right direction. Now, loading up our sublimation paper, there is a backside which is usually pink, especially with the best printers, sublimation paper and other brands out there. And there's another side that is white. Now, this is a thicker paper. The way you'll want to load this paper is you'll want to load it with the white side facing forward. If you have an Epson EcoTank that has a back loader, it's going to be the white side facing you. And if you have a bottom loader, it's just the white side facing up. All right, so moving on into printing off our design. Now, when we look at our print settings, what we want to do is make sure that we have all the settings set correctly, the correct paper size, the correct quality that we want to use. But really importantly, we need to flip this image. And so to do that, we're going to do that here. I'm using a Mac, but you can also do this with Windows. I'll show you how to do that here in just a moment. But you want to scale your image. You want to size it correctly. And when we are looking at the Mac settings, you click on Layout, and then you click on Flip Horizontally. And flipping horizontally is going to flip the image, so that way when it prints out and you're actually heat pressing it, it is facing the right direction. Now, these are the instructions for Windows. You should have an equivalent setting where you can mirror the image. Mirroring the image, you also have that in the Mac settings, but I like to use flip horizontally. So if you click mirror image when you're using HP, when you're using PC, Windows settings, that will get you the same result. So now we're moving back into the design and the settings. Make sure you are aware of all the different settings that you can adjust. Now, one other thing is you can adjust the quality, meaning that you can get higher quality. When you go to color matching, you can click on higher quality. If it's already on higher quality, then you're good. There's the mirror image. We already flipped it, so we don't need to do that, flipped horizontally. And so now we can move forward with actually printing this design. So once you have everything sized correctly, you're going to print that design onto your sublimation paper, and you'll be able to see the quality. If you're missing some quality, if it's faded, if there is color missing or anything like that, we are now going to get into the maintenance aspect of the printer. And initially, when you're first setting up, there could be some print quality that needs to be improved upon. And once you get going, it should stay pretty steady. But if you're not frequently printing, that print quality can also be diminished. Or if you're printing very frequently, print quality can diminish as well for different reasons. Alright, so printer maintenance on an Epson EcoTank printer is pretty standard, whether you're using regular ink or sublimation ink. One of the easiest tools that you have to be able to restore your print quality when you see some fading, some colors that are missing, is within your settings under maintenance is your print head cleaning. That's a very simple level 1 cleaning that will help your print quality improve. If that doesn't work, there are other options such as deep cleaning on some Epson EcoTank models, and you can go all the way up to a power cleaning, and then even beyond that, there is a cleaning kit that you can use to actually clean out the print head, get your print quality back up to where it needs to be. That's also really important for you to know about the maintenance box within these printers. A lot of these printers have a maintenance box which does get full of ink, so that's if you're printing very frequently, that maintenance box will become full of ink, and that really needs to be swapped out frequently. I would say if you're printing very frequently, you would want to check it every 3 months and really make sure you swap it out every 6 months. Now, links to the most popular maintenance boxes for most of the Epson EcoTank printers out there are going to be linked down in the description below. The T04D1, the L3110, and the C9345, and there's variations of that one as well. Now, I did want to mention that on bestprinterstech.com, you can find a maintenance test sheet. So basically, if you are having trouble printing a certain color, you can use this document to do a general check on your print quality, but you can also print specific colors. You can see here on the left side, you have black, cyan, magenta, and yellow. So if you're having trouble printing one of those colors, you can actually print the specific page for that color multiple times, and that will help the ink cycle through that specific nozzle. So just an additional resource for you on bestprinterstech.com. It'll be linked down in the description below, the specific page that you can go to access this document. Alright, so at this point you should have been able to to print off your sublimation design, you should have been able to actually use that design to print on whatever media you're wanting to print on, a t-shirt, a mug, a metal sign even, and hopefully you are happy with the quality after doing some adjustments if adjustments were needed. Now the next video I would recommend you watch, and really this is if you have a Epson EcoTank printer that, and really this is if you have an Epson EcoTank printer that already has regular ink installed, is to watch my conversion video. And you can use that same conversion video if you're wanting to switch back from sublimation ink to regular ink. So if you decide you want to convert your Epson EcoTank from being a sublimation printer back into being a regular printer, and you have that Epson ink set aside and you want to install that ink, there is a process for it, but I highly recommend you watch that conversion video because it's just doing that process, and at the end of this process you would just install the regular ink instead of sublimation ink. So there is a way to convert back from being sublimation into regular ink, and so it's important that you know that you don't have to throw out the printer if you decide not to do sublimation printing. You can actually convert back to regular ink. Alright, so that's really all I have for today. I really hope this video was helpful. If it was, please make sure to like the video. Any questions at all, comment below, and if you want more content like this, please make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching until the end of this video. I handpicked 2 videos that are here on the screen for you to watch next. Also consider subscribing to this channel. There's so much helpful content for you if you're a printer owner, and it's just good to have a resource like this for you in the future, whether you're dealing with a printer that's not printing well or you need more printer recommendations. So I look forward to seeing you again in another video.